shadows creep, waking up the mysteries. The old earth keeps exploring the unknown, keeping the wonder alive. He's bringing the flame to the legendary show. Paranormal among us, where the proof is paramount. Oh, we're talking about the ghosts and the good podcast times, investigating whispers from ancient haunted climes, from big footprints to a shadow in the hall. Amazing guests already answering the call, 'cause with Paranormal Paul, a new mystery.
Hey guys, happy Saturday to everybody.
Oh yeah.
That's all week that I've got the dates right. I need
You
I'll
deserve a
post that,
cookie.
yeah. How about a glass of water?
How about a glass of water and a cookie?
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah.
Look at you getting all the days of the week right.
Look at me.
Look
53
at
years old and I finally got the days right. How about that?
Hercules. Hercules.
Well, you know,
Yay.
whatever. Welcome everybody to another special show, a Saturday show. We are going to be joined by Polly Rotterman, who is over in Israel right
Yes.
now. So, you know, it's easier to just get this scheduled on the weekend with the time changes and everything. It's currently, I believe, 11 o'clock at night. She was giving me military times when we were setting this up. So I think 2,300 hours
Yeah.
is military time for 11, right?
She's laughing at you.
Yeah, she was laughing at me.
That's
Great. We
funny.
just met and now she's laughing at me. All right.
Yeah, as she should.
Yeah,
as
well,
she should.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I'm used to people laughing at me.
Yes, I laugh every single day.
Yes, you certainly
day.
do. Yes.
I do.
So, yeah. How are you doing? Did you survive the dowsing rods last night?
I did, but you know what? It's funny. Afterwards, I needed some ibuprofen. My back would not stop spasming.
I know.
This is where I'm at these days.
Yeah.
So I guess because holding myself in position for so long, for an hour and a half, which it was great. I loved every moment of it. My spirit, I absolutely loved the whole session. She can't wait to do it again. Super excited. And she loves your mom. So totally, it was a huge win last night. It actually, I think made us both going, okay, maybe we can open up this other door to do something once a month.
Yeah.
You know, with the dowsing rods and have a special edition. Yeah.
So look for that once a month. I think everybody enjoyed it. And, you know, it's, if you guys have dowsing rods or can get dowsing rods, I forgot who found them last night on Amazon.
$7.99.
$7.99. They're not expensive. Certainly under $20. You don't need the blingy ones. Of course, if you want the blingy ones and kind of, you know, have a little bit of bling in your life, you know, that is fine too. But it doesn't have to be that way. Just regular old dowsing rods will work just fine. And you know, we say ghost hunting. It's not hunting. It's investigations. They're all around you, and that is a wonderful way, an easy way to get some contact with spirits and see what's around you.
And I cannot stress enough to open and close the session properly.
Yep, exactly.
And
you know,
reach out to us, ask the questions.
Exactly. And you were having trouble last night after the show from being in one position. This morning, I woke up, I could hardly walk. I mean, last night after the show, I was on a high. I was up till about 11:30 with, of course, some of you guys know me, that's way past my bedtime. I was just on a high. I was doing some other work for other things and stuff. And I finally hit a brick wall and went crashing down into the bed. And then I woke up this morning and I could hardly walk, couldn't straighten up. John Allen, Paul and Natalie, $7.99. Amazon sounds cheap. Greetings. Yep. Oh, that's right. John is in Australia. So
Yeah,
good
he's in
morning to you.
Australia. Hi,
So we
John.
have Australia, we have Israel, we have Josie. Hi, Josie. Anybody? I know a lot of US in here. I don't
Mhm.
know anybody in Canada. Anybody in Canada? We're waiting for Freaky Geek. I think he's in Canada. So
Yeah, yeah.
anyway, we have a fun show tonight.
Oh my God.
Holly Rotterman.
See,
Raleigh
here's what
Potterman.
happens. Polly, I know you're listening. Here's what happens. Normally he gets the days of the week wrong, but today, this whole week, he got them all right. And now he got your name all there it goes. Bless his heart. We have Polly
Let's just bring it
Rotterman
out.
backstage. Phenomenal woman. Here she is, ladies and gentlemen. Polly, how are
Hi,
you?
Polly.
Oh my God, you are so funny. I've been trying to,
How are you, Polly? Thank you for joining us at little after 2,300 hours over there by you.
Guys, thank you so much for the invite. I'm so happy to finally meet you, and I am
Yeah.
so sorry for your loss, guys.
Oh,
I
thank
Thank
you. As
I
yours.
was right beside you all the way, and it
Mm,
actually happened the last time we tried to make this
Mhm.
interview. So I'm really sorry for your loss,
Thank you. So
and really
we were
great,
we were
beautiful.
planning this what 3 weeks ago, whatever it was, on the 24th of May, 24th, 25th. I don't know which one it was. It was a Sunday. And unfortunately, that was the day my uncle died, so I had to be there with him, and we had to cancel that and push it back. And I'm just grateful that you are understanding about that. And life happens, and we have to
Yeah,
roll with it. So
mhm.
yeah.
um, yeah. So,
I'm
but
glad you are better and just right beside you guys.
thank you, and we're glad to finally connect here and
Yeah.
get a chance to talk to you. I've been looking forward to this for since we first set it up. So, Polly, before we get going, some of the people who might not know you, I can't remember where I got your name from. It might have been.
Well, I would like to say thank you to Collie Weber
Yeah, it
because
was
she
Coley.
was
Okay.
actually the one that
Mhm.
connected between us. I
Mhm,
worked with Collie for years and I've known her for years. So
mhm.
she was the one that connected between us, and I am so glad it happened.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, real quick, before we get going, give us a little bit of background on you, where you're from, and where people can find you, real quick.
Well, I was born in Bogota, Colombia, actually, 50 years ago. I just
Mm.
turned 50. I
Welcome to the club. It goes
Yes,
downhill.
welcome to the
Goes
50s.
downhill from here.
yeah, but I feel totally in my 30s. I
Yeah.
right?
Be
I
very careful of that. That's a trick. That's a trick. Trust me, that's a trick.
I'm trying. But
Ah,
well, if you want to find me, you can find me in the UFO Men podcast every Wednesday. We are going live, interviewing also experiencers and, working on this very hard. I have my own Facebook group page. The name is Area 50 Human UFO UAP News. The group's got right now about 6,400 people.
Oh, wow.
Well, I just opened it like 10 months ago. So it's
Wow.
growing very fast, and I am so proud because I was behind the scenes for years. I did not talk about what happened with me,
mm,
never. No. And so, after being years sharing in the different Facebook pages around the world, Australia and the States and South America, and you name it, um, trying to give people the most accurate information I can find and
Mhm.
growing consciousness through my posts. And now I have my own Facebook group. I joined Team Dust and the UFO Man podcast about 2 years ago. And since then has been amazing. But everything started when I was just a child. I am the
Mm.
eldest of four sisters. And um, I guess I
So
was only 6 years old when everything started.
Ooh, okay. And so I can't wait to hear what happened because I've been waiting for this interview for a couple weeks and I'm like, "Oh, I cannot wait to hear your
Oh,
experiences." I'm so excited.
mhm.
thank you so much. Well, what I can say is that I grew up in a very normal family. We are talking about the 70s, so no one was really conscious or talking about aliens in Colombia back then. But I was
Yes.
having kind of strange feelings when I was going to sleep. I remember being 6 years old, and my little sister, was about 1 or 2 years. And every time I was going to sleep, there was this feeling kind of things touching my body, my legs,
Mm,
kind of I was feeling all the time this presence around me when I was going to sleep. So sleeping with for me was awful. I used to
mhm.
cover my all up to my head, I didn't want to know what was going on in my room. um, I used to have dreams about flying. I could see myself flying even outside planet Earth and hovering and watching all the buildings in Colombia and everything. So I even used to close my windows before going to sleep when I was 6 years old because I was afraid I could jump from the window, like
Mm,
sleeping walking or something. So
yeah.
I didn't know what was going on, but there was this night that I was sleeping. And during my sleep, I was 6 years old, and I remember having this like something in during the dream was telling me, "Wake up! You need to wake up! Wake up!" But it was like stressed. So I remember I woke up. I sat on my bed and I could see my little sister sleeping in front of me. But there was this, the best way I can explain it, it's a huge tarantula, the size of a beetle car, next
Oh.
to my sister's bed. And the tarantula, with the hair and the eyes and everything, it was awful.
Mm,
And the tarantula was trying to take my sister from her bed, like grabbing her from her bed. But I was trying to scream. And I think that was the first time I felt what is feeling petrified when you are
mhm.
conscious.
Were you
So
did you have a paralysis at the time too?
yes, yes, that
Mm,
was exactly the feeling. I could not move, I could not scream. I remember even telling myself, like, maybe I'm still dreaming. I pinched myself, but I literally could see the tarantula trying to grab my sister. My sister did not wake up, no, nothing. When I tried to scream, calling my parents, the voice would not come out. I was totally paralyzed. And as it
mm.
started, it ended. Like suddenly the tarantula disappeared. And I was so scared. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what happened. I just covered myself again and tried to
Mm,
go back to sleep. The truth is that that first experience kind of left me very confused. I didn't know if it was a dream or not. And
mhm.
the truth is that I didn't even know how to explain this to my parents, you
Right.
know? because I don't have a proof and no one will believe me.
Right.
So I just stood very alone with that experience, and I was waiting maybe to see if my sister was will talk about it, or you know, I just gave it a chance to see what will happen. But um
Did your sister wake up during all of
no,
this?
no, nothing. And the truth
Okay.
is that I talked about this with Daryl Singh, the alien hunter.
Mhm.
And he told me you need to notice that there was not only that entity, the tarantula, which we don't hear about the tarantula species very much, so it's
Mhm.
really interesting. But he said you need to know that there was another entity, the entity that woke you up, you know. So it was
Mm.
you, your sister, the tarantula, and the entity that woke you up for some reason.
Oh my God.
I don't know what happened there, but when I was 7 years old, um, for some reason my parents, they are both medical people. my
Mhm.
my father was a pediatrician, rest in peace, and my mother is a nurse.
Mm.
So in the third floor of our house, we had a huge library full of medical books, and I was so interested. I loved medicine from the
Mhm.
beginning. I don't know why. I could not understand the language of those books, but just seeing the pictures of our body from the inside out was
Mhm.
so amazing for me. And I used to come back from school and pick one of those books and try to learn from the
Mhm.
pictures. You know, there was this time I picked one of those books, and when I opened it, the first image I saw was a black triangle. I remember it was a black and white picture. It was a black triangle with three dots in each corner. So, being a 7 years old, I never saw something like that before. So, I remember I was looking at the picture, trying to understand what it is. But
Mhm.
at
Mhm.
the same time, I started experiencing again this paralyzing situation. Now, the difference was that back then with the tarantula, I was sleeping. So, you know, sometimes it happens, you feel this paralysis. But right now, I just came back from school. I am
Mhm.
aware, I'm conscious, I'm awake.
Yeah.
So I start feeling again, it's kind of tingling inside my body, and my body is starting to feel paralyzed again. And so while I was holding the book in my hands and seeing like this triangle, I could not move anymore. And so what was started happening is that I started seeing inside my head, like if you imagine a computer running
Mhm.
Mhm.
green
Right.
numbers. And it was like series of zeros, ones, threes, and fives. And I'm standing with the book petrified, and I'm seeing these green numbers. Like, you know, if you saw the Matrix movie,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the
Well, that's
same
what I was
thing.
thinking too.
Yeah.
exactly like that. Now, if you think about it, those are binary uh,
Binary numbers.
numbers.
Yeah. Mhm.
Exactly. So I was petrified. I was seeing these green numbers running through my head, but on the same time, it's like the numbers were translating in my brain as images.
Mm.
So actually, I could see what I know now is a triangular craft. I could see that craft hovering outside planet Earth. And I think that was the first time I got kind of a telepathic message.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you meant by when you said downloading. They were downloading images or something to you. Is that what you think
Yes,
that was? Okay.
yes, that I think they used through their numbers somehow they could translate it in images in my head. And
Hmm.
so I could see the craft hovering outside planet Earth, and I heard, it's like I felt in my chest this message telling me, this is not your technology. This is a different kind of technology. We don't live on planet Earth, but we come to visit you from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
And the communication ended. As with the tarantula, all the numbers, everything disappeared. And it's like the feeling is like I could breathe again. I suddenly
Hmm.
took like a deep breath and I came back to myself. And I was trying to, during that time, everything paralyzed. I could not hear my grandmother, not my sisters, like all the sound was gone.
Hmm.
So that experience stopped. Suddenly, I got the telepathic message and I was lost. I really could not understand what happened there because I am
So
awake.
yeah, so you paralyzed. You couldn't move, couldn't breathe, couldn't talk. Could you smell anything? Did anything smell different
No,
to you or
no,
anything?
So you
no
pulled a
smells, no.
so this okay, so you saw the triangle in a book that your dad had in his medical library. And then that's
Right.
when this all started. Do you feel that your dad had similar
Hmm.
experiences because it's in his library? Maybe it's something he was studying or looking into?
Well, unfortunately, my dad died like 5 years ago,
Mm.
So sorry to
and
hear.
I don't have the possibility to share and compare. And but I know, um, like right now, I can understand why that book was there. My father come to me one day and I don't think he knew what he was talking about, but he came one day and told me two things. One is that he said, I was sitting in front of the stereo back then. And I just looked at the button when you turn on and off the stereo. And he
Mhm.
said, I put my finger just, I tried to turn off the stereo, just thinking about it and just putting my finger just next to the button, but I didn't touch it. And somehow he was talking about telekinesis. So he had that kind of energy where he thought he could move things. But I don't
Wow.
think he was really knowing what he was talking about.
Mhm.
So, and in another time, he was talking about, there was this time I went to sleep and I went out of my body. So he was talking about astral traveling. He could see his mother in another city while his mother was having a conversation with his
Mm.
sister. And he was in both places at the same time. So I guess when we talk about the generational
Yeah.
alien phenomenon, right?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
It might be related to my father. Unfortunately, I don't
I
know.
mean, yeah, I mean, he might have been, contacted or whatever, similar to what happened to you, and something passes down the generation. That's pretty darn interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, even though, well, back then when this happened to me, we didn't talk about it. I didn't know
Hmm.
how to communicate this to my parents. I felt very lonely with my two experiences. I was hoping to hear maybe other kids at school talking about the same things, or maybe my parents mentioning something, but nothing at all. And of
Mm.
course, I did not see that kind of plane in our skies
Hmm.
in Colombia. So that was my first, I believe we all go through this kind of awakening
Hmm.
little touches that they give us. And so it depends on us if you take that further and start researching, or you stay kind of in denial and you don't do
Correct.
nothing about it. So that in me it was like a breaking point when,
Hmm.
being 7 years old, I wanted to know what was going on, because my feeling was we are not alone. And I
Mhm.
remember
100%.
always being looking in the sky, I always felt this connection with the universe that I could
Hmm.
not explain.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So I
So
grew up very lonely with that.
it's kind of interesting. A lot of there's a lot of people here from United States and everything, and we kind of know the generations back in the 60s and 70s. We really, even in the 50s, we didn't really talk about this stuff too much.
Mhm.
None of us on stage were around back in the 50s and 60s, but as the decades kind of wore on, 80s and 90s, people started opening up more about this. Is that the same thing down in Colombia?
Oh, right now they are fully aware of it.
Mm.
Especially because the Colombian Bugasphere, it's not the only one that was found, but right now they have another sphere that was found too.
Mhm.
So there is a lot of people more conscious about it, and
Hmm.
doing more kind of protocols and whatever. But we have a lot of sightings. So Colombia, as well as Brazil and Mexico, are is a hot spot.
Mhm.
I wonder why.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But they
that
are
that's kind
all
of
over.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going to ask, but you kind of answered it already. But is there? I mean, you hear a lot of these up here in the U.S. Around military facilities, nuclear facilities. I mean, granted, sometimes you see them in just neighborhoods or wherever. But
Mhm.
is there a common theme that these are seen around airports, military installations around you or anything?
Well, I do believe my feeling is that they don't want to interfere with our evolution, meaning, as humankind, we need to take the right decisions in order to learn and evolve. But
Mhm.
still, they are
Hmm.
watching on us, because unfortunately, whatever reverse technology that we've been having from them has been weaponized. And
Mhm.
unfortunately, we haven't evolved enough, because we are seeing it, we're killing each other like nothing.
Right.
So we need to learn from our decisions, for good and for bad, and especially the alien message, in my opinion. That's what I feel. And actually, when I went to see the Disclosure Day movie, it actually confirmed to me their
Yeah,
message, which
yeah.
is empathy. We need to
Mhm.
go back to learn how to love, support, and respect each other as humankind,
Mhm.
understanding that actually our differences is the beauty of who we are. It doesn't matter the color of your skin, it doesn't matter your sexual
Correct.
preferences, nothing. We are beautiful as
Mhm.
who we are. And as long as we hold hands together, we will make it as humankind. But if
Mhm.
we keep this division and this lack of empathy, we are all going to hell. And I think that's why growing consciousness inside of us, not only about the ET phenomenon, but how important is to go back and feel and respect and hold hands. So yeah, that's a main message.
Yeah. That kind of sucks that our world has come to this and everything. And it's just sad the way it happens.
Yeah, and that's why you see them also hovering around nuclear sites and everything, because they don't want us to explode the planet, you know?
Right.
And if we keep going like this, it is what will happen. So we need to wake up. We need to
Yeah.
wake up, we need to hold hands, we need to take decisions about what's the best for humankind, stop hating each other, respecting each other. And they know it because their own evolution took from them that empathy and that love that we can feel. They don't feel that kind of stuff. That's why it's so important. As humans, we are living the most beautiful experience with all our emotions and feelings. So instead of killing, let's start loving each other so we can make it as a humankind.
Amen.
Amen to that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
You had mentioned something before, that these entities don't want to interfere with our everyday lives and change our actions and stuff. And I kind of been thinking about this for the past few months and stuff. What if these aliens or these crafts aren't from other distant galaxies, but what if they're us from the future coming back and trying to figure out where mankind went wrong?
Well, that's a possibility too. It sounds kind of crazy, but actually there was a new article on the debrief talking about the fact that if you take, for example, well, it's not a cell, but when we talk about quantum physics, if you divide a cell somehow and you take that cell out of space, it's not like it's suddenly in another, it's something, it's not like they are separated, but we are so connected, So I don't think it's crazy to think that we have maybe species that can come from the future and actually warn us about the decisions that we are taking now and how dangerous it is.
Yeah.
I think everything is possible. We don't understand still how it works and the core of how quantum physics works. I it's possible.
Yeah.
Why not?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think that's just one possibility of what these things might be. I wholeheartedly believe that is life in other galaxies, other planets, or whatever, somewhere out there that could be traveling here, not just possibly us from the future. So, and maybe some other species is here, hiding in the oceans or hiding in the.
That's for sure. Well, how much do we know about our oceans? We don't know nothing. I think we know much more about the space than that we know about our oceans.
Yeah.
So let's go figure if mermaids are not like alien species, and they are totally there, like so deep that we don't even know what's going on. So we have a lot to discover. Every day we are discovering a new species, in the forest, in the jungle, in the Amazonian region. So we are full of life that we don't know.
Right.
Wait a minute. Mermaids aren't real? They are real?
I'm going to say they are at one time.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
And maybe they are still there and they are alien species. I don't know. But we need to be conscious that we don't really know nothing about our oceans.
Yeah.
Even if we go to, how much do we know about Antarctica? So
right.
You hear you hear so many reports of seeing crafts coming out of the ocean and going into the ocean. and there's all different uh, said species, where you have the grays, you have your reptilians. I don't know enough about it, but with that said, do you feel like all of the species of aliens that could be here are escaping something, or are just observing us for our resources? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, that's interesting because if you hear, for example, Dolly Saffron says that they are not here at all, that they left, that right now they cannot stand kind of our atmosphere or whatever is going on. I don't know. I actually think that they are here. The hybrids are here between us,
Mhm.
and they are kind of a connection between the aliens and us. The hybrids are very special for me because actually it's kind of the second half of my experiences. But I believe they are kind of mediators between the aliens and us. Just because the hybrids, um, you know, sometimes they have communication, and they can see humans or even their own human mothers, and they kind of understand better our
Mhm.
feeling, who we are as human beings.
Mhm.
So I believe they are between us, and somehow they are also influencing what is going on with disclosure. I don't believe disclosure is totally on us. It has to be also, I guess, the right moment for them to
Right.
make it massive worldwide, you
Right.
know. And I don't think we are in the right times because, again, if right now we are going through so much war and killing, what will happen if they land, let's say? So
Kind of fly around and say, nope, we're gonna go,
Yeah.
someplace else. No, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and it's like I truly fear the non-humane treatment
Hmm.
toward other species.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
And places like Area 51's, whatever they're doing there, maybe they have craft, maybe they have actual aliens somewhere locked away, something. What actual kind of treatment are they getting? I mean, are
Mhm.
they still alive, or what? And I really kind of like the idea that about the reverse technology, that we're reverse engineering things, from this. So that's just kind of where I stand on that.
Yeah.
But you, Paul, you sent me a bunch of pictures, from before.
yeah.
Um, I don't know where you want to start with those, or how you want to get into those. So I'll let you lead, and I will put stuff up on the
Okay,
screen
so
for
you
you.
know what? I'm going to tell you maybe the second half of what happened with me, and so you will see
Mhm.
the pictures and you will know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Just tell me which
After,
one to just tell me which one to put up there.
okay, so after I finished school, I started my BA in social communication and journalism. That's why, when I started researching about the what happened with me, even at 7 years old, I was already buying books. I thought it was related to Colombian mythology. So I was buying books about angels and Colombian mythology and whatever. So I finished my BA, and for some reason, I felt Colombia was not my place. I felt this strong feeling that I need to go, leave everything, and I took my luggage and came to Israel.
Mm.
I've never been here before, so it was really tough,
Mhm.
starting from zero, learning the language, the
Mhm.
culture. I left my family, I left everything, but it was what I needed to do for some reason. Um, I need to stop for a second before I go to the second part of my experience, and is just that you know that in 2006, um, after having for like 3 years of very bad headache,
Mm.
I almost fainted one day, so I went to hospital.
Mm.
And in the ER, they made an MRI, and the doctor told me that I needed a surgery as soon as possible because I had two tumors inside my head.
Oh
Oh my.
man.
It was actually two cysts. That it was not cancer, thanks God,
Thank
but
God.
still, one of the cysts was the size of a tennis ball, and it
Mm.
was pressuring my brain, and that was causing the headache. So that's why you see here my how like it's shaped. You see here how
Mhm.
I was open. See,
Mm-hmm.
I am telling this because they found another cyst in my pituitary gland. So those
Mm-hmm.
that don't know, the pituitary gland is inside your brain, between your two eyes, behind your nose. That gland is very important because she is responsible for your hormones in your body. Not only, but especially in women, she is responsible for our hormones functioning. And so I was having also kind of trouble with my period every month.
Mm.
Remember that.
Okay.
The thing is
Thank you
that
for that.
when they tried to extract that cyst from my nose, um, the whole thing exploded.
Oh.
And so the fluids from my brain were going out through my nose, and they actually needed to save my life on the spot. They glued everything. I don't know what they did, but they saved my life. Afterwards, the neurosurgeon came to me and told me in a very private conversation. He said, "Listen, I need to tell you this. I don't know how that happened. But when I got to the pituitary gland and I tried to extract it, I found what looked like a little metallic chip inside the cyst. Now, back then, I didn't know what he was talking about.
Mm.
I was still not if it was an implant, I was not conscious about it. But he said, there was a metallic thing inside that cyst,
Eh,
and it was so little that even during the MRI, we didn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
But when we tried to take it out from your nose, the whole thing exploded. And that's why we needed to save you on the spot. Now, the problem, and actually, I showed to Daryl Sims because he also specialized in alien implants. So I told him the story. We interviewed him like a few months ago. He wants the MRI so he can check that. But in the medical papers, there's nothing written about it.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing. And if they have the implant, either it exploded but I don't have it. So again, I don't have how to prove what happened other than what the neurosurgeon told me. And unfortunately, he also died some years ago.
Mm.
So
wow.
I cannot talk to him about what happened. I stayed again, like with the idea that I had some kind of implant. What I know is that sometimes those implants are connected even to your body temperature. And so when they try to extract it from your body, it kind of
Mhm.
disintegrated. I don't know if that was the reason, but I don't have it. This happened in 2006. I have the MRIs, I have everything, but I don't have the implant if it was an implant.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I don't know why would I have like a metallic little chip inside my head. you
Yeah,
know.
I mean that not it's not like we're pets or something that have the chip in the
Yeah,
back of
Mhm.
their neck or anything.
Right.
it was
So I
really
mean,
weird.
since all this and fortunately they saved your life and everything, how have things progressed since then? Are you still getting these images? Are you still getting these feelings? Or most
Well,
importantly, how's
what
the headache?
happened? That was in 2006. The headaches disappeared. Now I have like common migraines, like we all do.
Yeah.
But it's not a 24/7 headache. I could not even go to work. I could not function. This thing was totally taking from me my life. I could not live with that headache.
Yeah.
That was in 2006. In 2013, I was trying to get pregnant, and I made it through a sperm donor, and I needed to go through IVF. I
Mhm.
could not get pregnant for some reason. The tests all looked great. The doctor said, like, I don't understand. Everything looks great, but we try and try and try. So we tried through IVF.
Mhm.
And um, while I was trying to get pregnant, this new experience started to happen. And so, what was going on is that I was going to sleep. There was that time that I went to sleep. And the best way I can explain it is I think I get into some kind of frequency where when I am sleeping, I am vacuumed. The feeling is that I am vacuumed into another soil. And so,
Mm.
Paul, you can start here with the pictures. I sent you a picture like of a woman in a red desert sand panorama thing. That's where everything starts. Exactly. I am vacuumed into this soil. It looks
Mm.
like a Martian soil. It's
Uh-huh.
a very red sand, like a red desert, mountains full of rocks. I felt lost. I was conscious. I said to myself, like, I don't understand how I got here. I just went to
Mhm.
sleep. And feeling so lost, I started walking and walking and wandering. The weather actually felt very nice. It didn't feel like cold or hot. And I was just walking.
Mm.
Suddenly, I saw very far away a figure coming towards me. And when it approaches about 2 meters from me, I understand this is a little boy in the middle
Oh.
of nowhere. And so this little child comes to me and he looks completely humanoid. Oh my God, there he is. I love him so
Mhm.
much. He looks completely humanoid. The hair and the body and the ears and the nose. He was so cute. We're talking about a 5, 6 years old boy. But his eyes were so peculiar because it was the the black almond huge eyes of the grays. Now, when
Mhm.
he looked at me with those eyes, I was not a mother still. I was not a mother yet. But my feeling was this boy is mine. I love
Wow.
him so much. Like a profound love. I was ready to do for that boy everything. You know,
Mhm.
we are in this together. This boy is mine. And so but I was stressed. So he took my hand. He extended his hand. I took his hand, and I think through his touch, he was telling me, don't worry, you're going to be okay. You don't have nothing to worry about. We are okay. And he
Mhm.
was taking me. We started walking. Now, I was thinking in human terms, I need shelter, water, food.
Mhm.
Where are we?
Yeah.
He was guiding me through this desert. And what I remember is that suddenly, in the middle of nowhere, I could see we got to a tent. Exactly.
Mm.
It was like a simple tent, like for 10 people. It looked like, from the biblical times, like a Jesus tent, a no
Hmm.
matter tent, four sticks and the fabric. So I was so happy. I said, oh my God, we found his family. So maybe we can see what's going on. And we approached that tent and he opens the tent, and when we go inside, guys, I guess that's the shock of my life. This
Mm.
reminds me so much the Spielberg's movie, because I don't want to spoil, so I don't want to talk about it, but
Mhm.
I truly believe the Day of Disclosure movie is totally made for the experiencers. Is
Mhm.
our voice there. So we went inside the tent, and what I saw is a huge craft. This was a round craft. The first thing I saw was two floors. The second floor, if you imagine like smoked windows, black smoked windows all around, and in the first floor there was this metallic clean feeling. It was like a simple design, very clean metallic things. I could not really understand what was going on. I was never inside a craft before. I did not understand how from the outside it looks like a tent, and then we go out inside, and this is so big. I cannot
Mhm.
even see the end of where I am. It feels
Wow.
like I'm just in a room, in one of the rooms of that huge craft. Now, in my left side, a voice talked to me. When I turned to my left, there was kind of a Lego stair structure there, and an entity was sitting there. And this entity tells me, we are glad you are here because you are the only one that can help us and save us right now.
Mm.
I was in shock. Like, what the hell are you talking? Like, who the hell are you? Let's
Right.
start like that, you
Mhm.
know? And how did I get here? And like, what are you save whom? Like, what the hell? I was getting stressed. I was losing it.
Well, yeah.
So the little boy that picked me up in the desert takes my hand again, kind of, I need to calm it down. So he took my hand again, and through his touch I could feel again, like, calm down. You don't have nothing to fear. You will be okay. And with his other hand he extended and showed me the room again. So I could see now where I am. I am in an emergency room, or what looks like an emergency room. I could see suddenly about 50 beds on the first floor. In
Mm.
each one of those beds, there was a woman, pregnant woman. All of them were in different stages of pregnancy, and some of them already gave birth. The little babies were next to each one of those beds in like little, I don't know how you call that in English for babies, but like little
Like an
beds for the
incubator?
baby.
Incubators.
Yes, it was not really an incubator, it was an open bed, but it's like a little bed for
Like
babies.
a
Okay,
crib.
like a crib or
Yes,
bassinet?
yes, exactly. um And I could see all the women on the beds. Around the beds, there were also grays walking around the beds, the little ones. If you remember, Skinny Bob, they looked like Skinny Bob. We are talking about the
Okay.
little grays.
Mm-hmm.
They
Okay.
didn't address me, they didn't talk with me, no nothing. They were very concentrated in whatever they were doing, checking the women, checking the babies. And I was very stressed because I didn't know what was going on. All these women giving birth. Why am I here? And suddenly I saw for the first time the praying mantis.
Mm.
From the ceiling, there was a very bright light coming from the ceiling of the craft. And under that light, the praying mantis was standing there. She was huge. She was so huge. It's like it's interesting because I did not feel scared or threatened, but it's like my brain was trying to make sense of what I was looking at.
Mm-hmm.
It was huge with the legs and the eyes, and
Hmm.
um, when I looked into her eyes, I think that was the most amazing experience
Mm.
because through her eyes, she showed me why she is here.
Mm.
If you see, I'm also talking about the female. I don't
Right.
know why, but she was a she. My
Mm-hmm.
feeling is that she was a female. The connection was like with a female connection. I don't know how to explain it. But when I looked into her eyes, it was like seeing 10 movies at the same time. I could see a profound knowledge about this universe creation and how much she knows about our DNA and our chromosomes and why we are going through the hybridization program. After she showed me why she is here and why I am there, she talked to me and she told me, now is the time to do your job. So, not really understanding what that meant because I was still in shock, my first instinct was like all the medicine knowledge that I gathered since I was a little child. Now it was the time to use it and go and help those women and babies through whatever was going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I grabbed in my hands what I could see it could use me to help, and I reached each one of those women and babies. I think what's important here is not, I think, my empathy again, since I was a little child, and especially after the download experience, my life changed very much because
Yeah.
Mm.
I feel things different. It's till now. I am a very empath person, not only with human beings, but nature, animals. It's like I feel everything very deep when I hear the trees and the flowers and I see birds and
Oh
Uh-oh.
no. Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh no, no, no. Please, internet, come back.
no kidding.
Ah. Oh no.
Uh, Well, wouldn't you just
yeah, she's
our
of
luck?
course in Israel. She was having a little bit of issues with her internet at the very before the show started. She had to restart and restart again, and she said she wasn't sure how long she was going to last with the internet. So she may have to reboot.
Are you there?
Are you there?
Hi,
we can hear you,
but we can't see you.
Can you hear me and see me now?
We can hear you fine. Your video is frozen. Can you hear us?
Okay, hold on. My internet is causing problems, so hold on.
Okay, there you go. We can see you better now.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
Well, you are petrified on your side, but as long as you can hear me, maybe we can make it.
Okay.
If not, I will need to go out again.
Okay, we can hear you and see you.
Okay, so let's.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, shoot.
Well, hopefully, I'm going to send her a quick message, and hopefully she can reboot the computer real quick and then come back
to finish this, because I'm like at the edge of my seat right now. I'm like, I need to hear more.
Yeah. Talk about a tease. Tune in tomorrow for the final installment of this story. Okay.
Goodness. What an incredible experiences she has had.
Yeah.
And it's almost as they take you out of this reality, move you into their own time and reality, and place you there.
Yeah. I wonder what the praying mantis was, though. I mean,
that's incredible. Yeah, right there.
I mean, you wake up from a surgery, you walk in a room and see that getting ready to operate on you. Like, no. Yeah, that's, I mean.
And what, I had a question for her, but I don't think we're going to have time to get to it, is the fact that she had these cysts in her brain. Yeah. And of course, that is going to, when they start to grow, of course, they cause migraines and everything. But what if there's a cyst somewhere else that is not causing any type of symptoms at this time, where she could have another little piece,
somewhere
an
else,
implant or somewhere else in her body, where they are saying that's where she is. Oh, she's back.
She's back.
She's back.
She's back. She's back. Okay.
Yay, she's back.
Let's try again.
Oh my gosh, we're all at the edge of our seats. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
I am
okay.
so sorry.
Oh no, that's okay. That's okay. Everybody was like a collective. Oh my God, where'd she go? We got to finish this. This is awesome.
So please continue.
I will try. Let me know if you can hear me and see me, because we're still cut on your side.
We can hear you fine. Can you hear us?
Okay, so let me know.
Okay, we can hear you.
You're frozen on your side, but as long as you can see me and hear me.
Yep.
Oh my
we can see and hear you.
Oh, that. Okay.
Okay. So,
you left off at the praying mantis.
I'm still here.
You're still here. We can see you.
Awesome. So, what happened afterwards is
oh.
Oh man. Well,
I know we're all like, how you're watching one of those TV shows and then they end the episode on a cliffhanger.
Yep.
This is where we're at.
It'll start the next season.
Yeah, the next
3 months, 3 or 4 months from now. Yeah. Well, we're hoping we don't have to wait 3 or 4 months.
No.
Wow. So, while we're waiting for her to come back, and hopefully she's restarting her computer, and that'll be that. And because she did this before in the beginning backstage, it was kind of choppy and everything, and she restarted her computer, came back on. Took her a few minutes, but it's fine. So hopefully she'll come back.
Yeah, because right now, I mean, it's midnight, just after midnight, and at midnight is on her time in Israel is when everything just went. So I'm wondering if it's something they did in Israel with the internet connection.
Can you all hear us okay? Give us a thumbs up or let us know in the chat if you can hear us okay.
Yeah, so, I can hear you.
I can hear you.
And I can, see you.
Okay, everything's
we're
okay.
Good. We're good.
Hello, Tennessee, Kentucky. Okay, Chucky can hear us. Okay.
Everybody can. Okay, good. Yeah. So I think it's something in Israel.
Yeah.
That
we're fine.
That it happened. And so we'll just see what we can do. I mean, maybe we can have a special episode where we bring her back if she's not able to get back.
Yeah. We'll have a special continuation of the special show. Okay.
I'm like,
Wedge, I think everybody's on the edge of their seat. And I think Natalie summed it all up when she froze there. I just got, here. Okay, she just said almost there. Okay, so she must be rebooting her computer, and she is on her way in here. So we will get this finished tonight if it takes all night.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like my heart just went, oh.
Yeah. Like you said, the cliffhanger. No,
don't do it. No.
You look at your watch or the clock or something and you're like 2 minutes from the end of the show. They're not gonna finish this up.
Yeah.
We will get this finished.
Yeah. So yes, we will definitely. She is a wealth of information, lots of great experiences. I mean, I think
Patty,
like a part 2.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to ask when she gets back later on. What is your native language? I love her accent.
Well, she is from Colombia.
Yeah, Bogota, Colombia. That's right. So there. Okay.
It would be Spanish, and then she goes to Israel, and Natalie needs to beat up her internet like she does Mr. Moist. Yes.
No kidding.
I will throw down. I will just imagine her internet as Mr. Moist and just be like, boom.
Because that's what we like to do to Mr. Moist. Huh?
Yes. We like to beat him up.
I don't.
I do. You gotta put.
Well, he won't hit you back. He'll hit me back. I don't want to get hit.
Good. Well, you kind of.
Well, I mean.
No, he says, the craziest stuff to me. Craziest stuff.
Yeah.
In front of people, other people. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But with the aliens and the praying mantis and the small grays and versus what everything is. Yeah. What?
Weren't we just talking about this before, that we wanted to stop all the violence, and now we're talking about hitting Greg?
Yes. But you know what?
He's the exception. No.
He is the exception. You got to make sure that he's just like
Chucky Danger. Okay, Mr. Moist. That is none other than Greg Ogles.
Yes.
Yeah. So he is Mr. Moist. He got the nickname Mr. Moist from a comment that he made to Krista one time. I think that's where it started, and it has since gone on as Mr. Moist. We have T-shirts made. We have stickers. We have all kinds of stuff made of Mr. Moist.
Cups.
Yeah, cups.
He is the owner of Relic Films, who is also AKA my boss over at Relic.
Mm-hmm.
So he is the boss man.
Yeah. Bob and Weave. I haven't heard that. Oh, well, that's a different Bob. Yeah, boxing. Yeah.
Bob and Weave.
That was a throwback to the old St. Louis Rams back in the late 90s. It probably wasn't meant the same thing, because I see a boxing glove on there. So, yeah. So,
his goal was to go from Mr. Moist to Mr. Soggy in 2026. So that was his New Year's resolution.
Yeah. And yes, he is a great guy for sure.
He is. He's a great guy. He has taught me so much, and he has allowed me to conduct experiments in the field that most producers, directors, owners would never allow me to do. And he's like, push the envelope, push your boundaries, whatever you want to do it. But I always run it by him first, so he is fully aware.
Okay. Okay, she just said trying, so hopefully, no worries.
Yeah, we're good.
We're
good.
Good.
The rain stopped here, so we're good.
Us updated. I don't know why I'm reading this out loud.
Okay.
But any podcast hosts out there who want a great guest, go grab Greg. He will have you laughing till you pee in your pants, and then the next minute you'll be dead serious about an encounter story that he had. So
he has some really incredible encounters, as well as experiences. And oddly enough, he has a jinn with him at all times, protecting him. And if you hear about the jinn normally are thought of as evil, and that's not accurate at all. Just like you have some bad spirits, some negative spirits, some good spirits, you have negative jinns and positive jinns. Well, his jinn is really good. And here we go.
and I thought you meant the actual drink gin.
I've never seen him walk around with gin. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Holly. Hey.
Hi.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us? It doesn't look like it. Hi, can you hear us?
I can hear you, but you're still kind of frozen. I hope you can hear me and see me somehow.
We can hear you fine. We can hear you fine.
Awesome. Great. So I will try just to continue. I apologize.
It's okay.
It's all good. Okay. Everybody is on the edge of their seats in chat.
Yes, we want to know more.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. But anyway, what I wanted to say is that
I mean, I'm
going to throw myself in the fetal position, shake violently, and sob hysterically. I need to hear the rest of this story.
We're all going to start crying here. We want to hear this. The spinning wheel of death.
Oh my word. We may have to reschedule this to another time, because I truly believe it's her internet in Israel.
Yeah.
As soon as midnight hit there is when all this started.
Yeah. And she rebooted it just this last time and came on, and it was the exact same as it was before. So I am thinking we'll give her a few seconds and I'll see what she says. I tell you what, I really hate to do this. We have 15 minutes to go. Hi, 5-star Lord. I'm going to pee while doing. Okay.
Okay. Yes. Okay. This is your time to have a pee break.
Interesting. Make sure she's using Chrome. Okay. Using Chrome. Okay. Yeah. So, hopefully if we don't get this in the next few minutes or so, we will reschedule it. If I have to do a recorded interview with her, we will figure that out and we will do that. So sorry. I mean, it's the internet gods of Israel that are, we think that's a pretty good idea of what it is. So obviously we don't know for sure. She's sending me, she is using Chrome. So John can flip a pancake. Talk about a skill. If anybody's new to the show, thank you for coming in. Please make sure you subscribe and make sure you tip the doorman as you come on in. There's no doorman. This was an absolute break out the dowsing rods again. Yep, we're gonna need to get them.
Yeah.
So let's let me see here. I'm gonna send.
So, while we're waiting on her, definitely subscribe. She might be back. Okay, let's see.
Be very careful here.
Okay, I'm sending good vibes to the internet universe.
Can you see us and hear us?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Oh my God. Let's pray.
Okay.
Let's pray.
Okay.
Yeah, no
I
kidding.
so apologize. I so
It's okay.
apologize.
It's okay.
Anyway, guys, I think what was important also from that Mantis experience was their need from my empathy, I guess, for that women and kids. Meaning, it's not only that I could help them through their processes of labor and being born, but I could actually take on my hands those little babies and kiss them and hug them and tell them that they were going to be okay. And so that human contact for those hybrids, in my point of view, was a key point in that experience because I could also calm down those women. It's strange because my feeling is that they were going through labor and they were aware that they were in a kind of an emergency room, but they were not aware of the fact that they were going through an hybridization program. So again, I think they use some kind of screen imaging somehow in order to make the experience somehow less aggressive. I don't think they were aware of the fact that they were going through an hybridization program. But holding those babies and giving them so much love and singing for them was for me an amazing experience. And
Mhm.
as it started, the way I was vacuumed to that soil, everything ends. And after I help all of them, I go back to my bed. And when I wake up, I feel completely lost. In one of those times, I felt so lost. I remember I went to make a coffee. I needed to sit with myself for a second and understand what happened again. Now, this was going on through the period I was going through the IVF, the in vitro fertilization. And I was losing my pregnancies all the time. And remember, I had a cyst in my pituitary gland, which is also connected to my hormones.
Mhm.
So when you start making like tracing the whole situation, I could see suddenly that this was just not unrelated things. But my ovules, I was losing my pregnancies, I was taking to an hybridization program. This little boy that I saw in the desert for the first time, why
Mhm.
did he feel like he's my boy so
Yeah.
much? I did not feel that with the other babies, only with that boy that picked me up. Um, and I was having all the hormone issues, and so suddenly I could see that nothing was more a coincidence, but more like everything is connected to everything since I was 7. And
Mhm.
so when I came back from that experience, there was this time that um, when I was drinking my coffee, I suddenly saw this mark on my leg. You have the picture, Paul.
Yep. On my way to get it.
This one, it was very weird. It was big. It looked like kind of a cat paw, a dog paw. You see there like 6 digits. Having some knowledge about medicine, I started checking myself. Maybe it was an allergy or something, respiratory issues, nothing at all. that was there. It was like I was burned, printed with something. And when I came back from the desert soil, it was on my leg, under my knee, under right side. I saw Terry Lovelace's mark. It looks very much the same. The difference is that in his case, it's inside the leg, kind of a bone thing, like
Oh,
a bone thing. But in
bone
my
spur or
case,
bone. Okay.
like a bone concentration of something that made like an arrangement flower. It looks
Oh,
like
so
also.
it's under this. Unlike yours, his is under the skin.
Yes, in Terry
Oh,
Lovelace's case, is under the skin, like it's like a bone thing. It's very interesting, but it looks very much the same, like six digits, and it looks very. But in my case, it was like I was burned. You
yeah,
see the mantis? She's the
yeah.
Mhm.
queen. She's all over.
Wow, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So
So
I
when
was
you
I was like burned, printed with something, and I
Mhm.
cannot explain it. This took like 24 hours to disappear and
did
go
you
what happened.
I know you said you were burned, but did it feel weird? Did you feel it happen or
No,
nothing?
I
You
didn't
just
feel
noticed it?
no pain. I didn't see like needles or incisions or cuts or nothing. It's like, when I don't know if they do it today, but when you take a cow and you burn print her with something, you could
Hmm.
see even like the little holes that it made when, like something made there a lot of pressure, you know, and it disappeared after 24 hours. It was
Mm.
not an allergy. So
Wow.
I don't know how to explain it.
And you've never had that happen again?
No. Well, I had another two marks, but I think between the three of them, that was the most compelling, let's say. The other ones, I'm not sure if it could be a scratch from my cat, or, we are always trying to give like a rational explanation to this stuff. But that one specifically, I don't even know how to explain it. Anyway, after that experience of the mantis, I finally could get pregnant. It's like I needed to go through that experience in order somehow to get pregnant. So in 2015, my boy was finally born. Amen.
Congratulations.
That
That's
is
awesome.
awesome. Yeah.
He's the most amazing boy. He is 11 years old. And again, if we are talking about generational um, thing about this phenomenon, well, my boy, before he heard me already talking about it, when he started drawing, he was drawing already his crafts. He was drawing aliens and crafts when he was 4, 5, 6 years old. And I was
Wow.
all the time, where do you have those ideas from? And he was
So
always saying, like, I don't know, mom, I just know.
okay.
So
So these hand drawings that you sent me, those are all his?
no, those are mine.
Oh, okay,
That I
okay. Because I was gonna say,
was no,
okay.
those are I'm very bad drawing.
I mean, they were fine. I mean, here, I mean, these are exactly what the pictures that we showed. I mean, that one,
Yes,
kind of goes with this one
yes.
here.
After I needed to draw everything because I was scared to forget what I saw during the experience in the desert. So I really tried to do my best to show what was
Yeah.
going on.
So your son, you said that he's drawing these figures as well, and not Yeah, and as far as you know, he hasn't had any contact with them at all, has he?
Well, now I know he does because actually, in his birthday, he saw we had our first sighting together, and since then we've been having sightings together, and he's very aware of the phenomenon.
Really?
He's the one, actually, sometimes he tells me, Mom, I think they are here. Take out your phone. I think we're gonna have a sighting.
Mm.
So he's very aware of it. We had a weird experience on my birthday on April, actually. We were having a walk, and next to my place there is a parking land, and we were talking, we were just having a conversation, but while I was talking with him, he was all the time looking behind my back, and I could not understand what he was looking at, but because we were alone. So I was noticing that he was kind of paying attention to me, but also paying attention to something behind me. So I looked back and I could not see nothing. I finished the conversation and we went home. We got home, I saw like he was not at ease. So I said, What's going on? He said, Mom, I need to tell you something. I said, What happened? He said, When we were outside, did you see I was watching something like behind your back? I said, Yes, but I could not see nothing. He said, The gray was there. I said, What do you mean? He said, There was a gray alien there, a small one. And I said, What did you see? And he said, You know, when your telephone breaks, when your telephone fall to the floor and he breaks and you try to see the screen and everything looks like little squares.
Uh-huh.
I said, Yes. He said, I saw like little squares and the image of a little gray there, and he was just behind you. And
Mm.
I said, like, what? And he said, like, yes. And but he was, I said, do you want to go back and check him up? And he said, I want to go back because I don't know if he's okay. And I
Mm.
said, like, why? Did he say something? And he said, the message says, I want to go home. So,
He was stuck here, maybe.
yeah, well, I don't know what happened, but my boy, told me I want to go back again. So actually went outside again. We checked the place. He could not see it again. Um, but I tried to calm him down. I told him, like, just don't be afraid. They are trying to communicate, and the fact that you heard that was the message doesn't mean that he's offering or something. Maybe he's trying to communicate something else. So
Yeah.
just be open to it,
Mhm.
and if
Yeah.
something else happens, just let me know. I'm here for you, because when kids are going through this, they don't know even how to express it. It happens to me. I didn't talk about this for 50 years, you
Mm.
know?
Mhm.
Mhm.
So it's very important for me, for my boy to know that he's got my back. He's not alone. We can
Right.
talk about this.
Right.
And we are
I
growing
mean,
consciousness. Maybe he
that's
will be the next voice in
yeah.
something.
I mean, he's lucky that he has you
Yeah.
who's had these experiences that we've talked about. Maybe as a sounding board or whatever, that maybe he's having some of these experiences as well.
Mhm.
We have a quick question here from John Allen. Sounds like we all in alien breeding programs, maybe to populate other planets. Are we a source like genetic library or universal humans to populate the universe? Interesting question.
Yeah.
Right.
Interesting
Yeah.
way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, they need that hybridization program to repopulate. There's, they have huge issues with their own reproduction. They have lost kind of their emotions and feelings. And as human beings, um, we come from them somehow. I believe we all got their genetics,
Hmm.
and that's why we can feel that call that you can ignore or not ignore.
Yeah.
So they need us for that, and it's complicated because, again, as human beings, we feel that it's invasive. We don't understand why it's done like that. But sometimes I ask myself, it's kind of, you cannot ask from a shark to behave like a dog. And
Hmm.
it's not like a shark, it's a bad guy, it's just its nature. you know
Right.
so I'm not saying there are not benevolent and benevolent. I just, and I'm not trying to excuse the way it's done because it's invasive,
Hmm.
especially when my feeling was that those women didn't know they were going through an hybridization program you
Yeah.
know so for us it's very tough, but I'm trying to, when we see ourselves in planet Earth, and I cannot ask from the shark the empathy of a dog. And it
Right.
doesn't mean that the shark it's a bad guy, it's just its nature you
Right.
know so it's tough. It's tough for
Hmm.
us. It's tough because we feel everything.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Wow.
Incredible.
I wholeheartedly agree that, just like humans, there's good and bad humans. Maybe there's good and bad cryptids, good and bad aliens out there. It's the whole universe is filled with good and bad. So
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
have an open mind and be careful.
Yeah. Wow.
Exactly. Exactly. I think well, it is the way it is. There is no bad with no good and not good with
Hmm.
no bad. And I guess that applies all over the universe. So also, I think it's important for us to know that we also have the right to say no.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And don't ignore that. Say no. If you don't want to, say no, and close your frequency to if you don't want to go through that.
Hmm.
If you want to pursue the research and whatever is going on, well, you can also decide what kind of thing, like, you can decide to. We have,
Yeah.
I hope, that kind of choice. I guess I really don't know because this happens without our authorization,
Hmm.
right? So it's not simple. It's not simple, but we are not alone, and we are here to support each other. And I think
Yeah.
that's the importance of what we are doing here with your amazing work, guys. And you
And
know
yours.
And yours too.
I
oh,
mean,
thank you.
we're not, nowhere near that level of the UFO community as you are. I mean, I don't have any UFO encounters. I don't know if Natalie does or not,
I
but
had
it,
one,
yeah.
and it was brief.
But
What happened? Wow.
I was a child. I was a preteen. My friend and I, living in West Virginia, we decided to sleep outside one night. It's the summertime. We sleep outside. Well, we're outside, and we saw this light move. And at first we thought it was an airplane, and it was moving, and it just stops. And we're like, that was weird. Like, what is
That
that? And it was almost like it was watching us. Like, what are you doing sleeping outside? And then all of a sudden it just went just right off. And we were like, and we were like,
right?
we were like, we looked at each other, and this was probably mid 80s,
Mhm.
mid 1980s to later. And it was really incredible, just an incredible experience. So
Those are
I'll
the
never
3 seconds that you try to understand. Okay, what am I seeing? Oh my
Yeah.
God, I didn't take my
Like,
phone.
and we really thought it was an airplane, but airplanes don't go in that pattern like where we were.
Mm-hmm.
It was very bizarre. That's why we were staring at it. And then it just stopped. And we were like, what? And then it shot off in a different direction, all the way up and gone. So that's the only experience I have had so far, which, I fully believe that there are going to be other experiences now that I'm out and about doing more field research and activity,
Oh, you're
so
out
there
there.
are times we're rustic camping in the middle of nowhere, and at night, we just watch the skies.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
And, I remember I was down in rural Missouri, down here close to me, at some friend's property we were squatching that night. And, I'm in a populated area, so there's a lot of light pollution. And down in the country down there's no light pollution. And we're seeing billions of stars and everything in the sky. And, some of them are moving around. I mean, could they be, UFOs, whatever? Who knows? But I mean, there is a military base nearby. So, who knows what it is, but, but yeah, this is just absolutely fascinating. Yeah, Polly, thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for sharing this with all of us. This was just profound. We were all on the edge of our seats. Thank you.
You're going to have to go back and watch when your internet cut out. I thought Natalie was going to freak out. I mean,
I almost started crying.
And I'm sure there's a few out in chat who are watching this and they're hitting their camera. No, come back here. What happened?
I am so sorry.
No, it's not your fault. Then we appreciate
happens.
you being here. Thank you.
Yeah, it happens.
No, but I am so glad, and I want to really thank you so much for this opportunity, because if we don't do it like this, we don't have another place to give our voice and compare our experiences and share and understand that we are not alone, not only with them, but here, we have people here ready to hear your stories, share, compare, and
you know what? What I like to think is, maybe there's somebody out there that has a very similar experience to you, and they're afraid to come forward and talk about it. And they hear your story. You're brave to come out here and talk about this, and they're okay. I can do this too. I mean, I'm not crazy. This happened to other people, and it's not just me. You hear that so much that, that's, part of what this is about, that, people can feel safe to come in here, talk about their situations and not be ridiculed. And, if it resonates with somebody that they've had a similar experience, beautiful. Here's your therapeutic session.
Other than the where I told you to find me before, you can also write to me to Polyrot, POLYROT 76 Gmail. So if you are still afraid or concerned about sharing like publicly, please, I'm here for you. We can just have a personal talk. Everything will stay with me. You are very secure. I truly respect every single one of your experiences, but it's important to share because we are disclosure people.
Exactly.
Our voices are everything. We are not related to the government. We are disclosure from the inside out. So come on, share, compare, and we are not alone.
One more time, what is that email address for you?
POLYROT, Polyrot 76 Gmail.
Okay.
I will write it in the chat.
I got it right here. I just put it up there. I had it written down there. I just want to make sure that it was right. So
perfect. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, Polyrot, jeez, 76 at gmail.com. So there's her email address. I'll also put it in the show notes after the show, and then you guys can go back if you want to contact her. You can get it from the show notes. If you want to contact me, paranormalamongus72@gmail.com.
And I just sent you there also my Facebook group. You're also welcome to join and share your experiences and sightings. I'm right here for you, everyone.
Okay. I have that in the show notes as well. So, what a wonderful person you are to share this. And I'm so glad that we got to reconnect and the internet gods were shining on us and came back to us. So, what a great story this was. Thank you so much, Polly, for coming on here.
Really fantastic.
I love you very much.
We've got to do this again.
Yeah. I mean, we've had plenty of people say you need to come back. So you know what?
Absolutely.
I got to do what the people say. So we're going to have you back. And if we have to do it on a Saturday again at 2,300 hours your time.
Yeah, very military hour. I know.
Yep.
So, whenever you want to, I'm here. And thank you so much. This was amazing.
Thank you very much. And real quick, thank you to Benno from Australia, for $7.99. We have a lot of countries here. Well, just 3 that I know of. I don't know if anybody else is in. I know Canada is represented with Jen there, and we have US and Israel, and Australia. Yep. All right, guys. Thank you so much. This wraps up the marathon week that you get to see me. So next week we're back to normal, and I won't be on as much. So you're probably sick of me by now. Get off this show. I know you are. You're sick after the first day. So
you're the best.
All right. Well, Polly, once again, thank you so much, and please be safe down there, and down in Israel, and hope everything stops and no more harm, no more hate in that part of the world. So
amen. Take care, guys.
And also, real quick, happy Father's Day to all the fathers that are out there in YouTube land. Have yourself your special day tomorrow. So or today, whatever part of the world you're in, if you celebrate Father's Day. So all right, guys, thank you all again so much for being here. We will see you. No show tomorrow. No special show tomorrow, Tuesday. And I'll probably get the days wrong next week. So, guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. Have a great rest of your weekend. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Good job.
Whoa.